Today should be a glorious day, but unfortunately it's not. What's up everyone, it's Q from Retro Q Gaming, and yes, the reason why I say it should be a glorious day is whenever Namco Bandai announces a new entry in the Tales of series, it's usually worth rejoicing because they're exceptionally high quality games, especially when you look at the JRPG franchise. We've got such high quality series like Final Fantasy from Square Enix, you've got the likes of Persona and the Shin Megami Tensei series in general from Atlas or Sega, whoever you want to call them these days, and you've got the Tales of series from Namco Bandai, generally considered the three main series of standard top quality JRPGs of the modern day. Not just of the modern day, but just in general. And of course, as I mentioned a few times already, they're exceptionally high quality, very well celebrated, very well received, and I myself am a huge fan of the Tales of games. So it came as a little bit of a shock to me when I was scrolling through Twitter a few minutes ago and I found the announcement of a brand new Tales game. So this game is going to be called Tales of the Rays. Now, I was instantly taken aback a little bit. But first off, I saw the tweet and I just saw like announcing Tales of the Rays. I'm like, yes, finally, I can't wait. And then I finished reading the tweet. And then I watched a video, and I was a little bit disappointed because Tales of the Rays is actually a mobile game for iOS and Android. It's confirmed for a summer release here in the West at some point this summer for iOS and Android. And okay, not my preferred device to play it on. The game looks okay. It uses the general style of the Tales games, roughly the same style of combat. One or two things slightly changed, obviously, to incorporate a touchscreen. You just tap to attack, or you flick and just drag with your finger to actually do arts. So it's much more simplified, as you'd expect, to work on a phone screen. So that's a little bit disappointing for me. But the real thing the real reason that I'm making this video is that if you remember a short while ago, be it I think it was maybe 2 or 3 months ago at this point, during an investor call, and Namco Bandai announced they plan to release an, as of at the time at least, unannounced Tales of game by the end of the year on Nintendo Switch, which I was really happy for. Now, as I mentioned, Tales of the Rays is only announced so far for iOS and Android. So here's the thing that has me slightly worried about it. Well, hell, you've probably pieced it together at this point based on the last few sentences. Is that I hope Tales of the Rays is not the game they intend to port over to the Nintendo Switch. Even if they change it and modify it up to work with controllers and all, it still seems like it'd be a bit of a dumbed down game for the mainline Tales of series. And it's not the kind of thing I'd like to see on Nintendo Switch. First off, I wouldn't like to see mobile games ported to Nintendo Switch anyway. I think it's better than that. But when you look at the quality of the Tales of series, it feels like it would be a disservice to the series to release something like this on the Nintendo Switch. Let me give you some great examples. Because of the nature of the Nintendo Switch, it's not just limited to mobile games. Let's look at the 3DS. You have Tales of the Abyss, a fantastic Tales of game. Granted, it wasn't originally on the 3DS, it was originally a PS2 game, but the point is, it's using the same standard style, the same standard mechanics, controls, everything about it, and it's working, running, playing properly on the Nintendo 3DS. Of course, there's other ones too. The PlayStation Vita has Tales of Hearts R. Again, same deal too. Originally a Nintendo DS game, actually ported and upgraded onto the PlayStation Vita, which again could run a full-size standard style Tales game and a standard content Tales game, both in length, depth, difficulty, etc. on the PlayStation Vita. So obviously, the Nintendo Switch is more powerful than the 3DS and the PlayStation Vita, so it would be possible to do something like a mainline entry in the series on the Nintendo Switch. Of course, we're also only at the start of July, so there's still 6 months left in the year, as well as plans can change. So Namco Bandai, whatever it could be, they could announce whatever it's going to be and whatever it's going to be released on and whatever and give the proper details and all in the next 6 months. Obviously, it could be delayed until the end of, or beyond the end of 2017. And we, of course, can find out more at some of the big shows. E3 has already passed. We still have stuff like Gamescom and the Tokyo Game Show. And chances are the Tokyo Game Show would be the perfect place to show it off because it is Namco Bandai. So we'll see how it goes. It has me cautiously optimistic because I don't want this ported over, even if some small minor changes are made to address the difference in control issues or whatever it is, to just change one or two of the mechanics. It just seems a bit light and a bit shallow for a Tales of game that could run on Nintendo Switch exceptionally well. We'll see how it goes because, like I said, there's still plenty of time left in the year, but fingers crossed, Tales of the Rays is not the game that they plan on releasing on Nintendo Switch, and we do hopefully get either a brand new proper entry on the Nintendo Switch at some point this year, or that what I would also deem acceptable in my point of view is if they remastered and redid a port of one of the really old ones. Maybe if it was the likes of, say, some of the PlayStation 2 games that haven't had a proper re-release since then. As I mentioned, the Tales of the Abyss was a PS2, and that was ported to the 3DS. They could have other ones from the PS2 era also brought forward onto the Nintendo Switch, which I think would do well in the modern day as well. But obviously, a brand new entry in the series, a brand new, totally fresh entry would be the most appreciated. So what do you think? Do you think this is the game Tales of the Rays is what they're going to eventually port over to the Nintendo Switch? Do you think they might cancel it? Do you think it'll be a brand new game, a port or a remaster or whatever of an old one that we've never seen ported before? Because I mean, let's be real, you know, Tales of Symphonia has been ported to several different platforms at this point, as has some of the other games. So let's see one that hasn't had that done to it before. Let's take something from the PS2 or possibly even older and then bring that forward. Hell, we might even get another updated version of Tales of Phantasia for all we know, because that was a SNES game ported to the GBA, and now, hell, it could even be ported forward again to the Nintendo Switch. So what do you think we're going to see? What do you think of the Tales of series in general? Because I know I love it. So let me know all of that in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the rest of the videos in my channel.